Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Knuppe Ranch. So this morning, I'm just finishing up chores, feeding these calves in the South Pen grain, and Dad is rolling out bales. It's been raining. Well, it rained all day yesterday, kind of drizzled through the night, and it's raining this morning, kind of just drizzling. Kind of like an annoying drizzle that just won't go away, which is a good thing. We're not complaining. We're happy for the moisture. But Dad is up rolling out bales for these pens of calves, and we're gonna move them. Our heifer calves that we just weaned, we're gonna move them out of the pen they're in and let them up into a pen with a little shelter. And Dad's gonna roll out a bale in there for them, just kind of get them out of the slop for a little while, just because this stuff's pretty nasty and the mud's kind of getting fairly deep. Even getting around in a pickup down here where it's just kind of dirt instead of just gravel, it's kind of slipping and sliding, greasy on top. So we're gonna get these calves kind of a warm place to lay. It's not that it's super cold, it's just that everything's sloppy, and we'd like them to kind of lay in a clean spot at least. So So we're gonna wait like maybe a half hour or an hour or something like that to kind of let these calves get, I don't know, this morning they're kind of a little spooky. I don't know if it's me because they're not used to me yet. Dad's been around them longer or what, but even the steer calves in that South Pen were kind of being spooky this morning, so I don't know what's going on. But we don't want to put them up there and then have them be kind of spooky and run through the fence and get out. So we're just gonna kind of wait, and maybe they'll calm down a little bit, and we'll come down and let them into that piece slowly and make sure they're calmed down a little bit so they ain't gonna run through the fence if they get spooked by something. So okay, so I'm back in here working on my little pig pen. I just brought up this water thing. This is what I would feed them. Well, I'd feed them and water in them. We have two of these, I think, if I remember right. So this is the water one. I think I'm gonna take this square tubing that I ground off this end and replace with posts. I'm gonna take the square tubing. I think I'm gonna mount my water thing right here, so I'll have square tubing coming up. And I haven't decided whether I'm gonna just weld the water thing to it or have like a little shelf thing to set the water on to make it just temporary. I haven't decided that yet. I'm probably just gonna make it temporary, so I'll have them square tubing coming up, and then I'll have one coming straight off it at a 90 and then one up at a 90 to make it temporary, so I could take it in and out if I needed it, if I needed to use that water trough somewhere else. So that's kind of what my plan is for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that square tubing at the length that I want. I kind of got that figured out. And then I'll be able to weld it and make my little shelves coming off of it to set this in. Hopefully it works decent. I haven't thought it 100% through yet, but I think it'll work all right maybe. But we will find out soon. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this, cause that water tank's, you know, it's kind of like half of a cylinder, basically, you know, it's rounded. So what I think I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna take this other piece of square tubing and put it between these two, and then off that square tubing I think I'm gonna take rebar, and so then I can bend that rebar to the same bend as that tank. So then that tank should just sit right down in it. I think it should work. That's my idea right now. I think that rebar should be strong enough. Because my plan is, Dad and I were brainstorming last night and we really couldn't come up with any good ideas for how to make, or how to basically make an abundance of feed. Not an abundance, but like maybe a week's worth of feed and water. We couldn't, I mean, we came up with ideas of how to mount it onto this. We had plenty of ideas on how to mount it onto this thing, but we just didn't have, we just didn't think it was going to be a good idea as far as moving it, because I'm going to want to move this probably once every day. You know, it's about 20 feet long, so I'll move it about 20 feet every day, and I didn't know how to mount that much water and that much food on here and make it light enough and weight distribution enough and still make it easy to pull and move. So what I think we decided is, or what I decided is that this pen would basically be for my weaned piglets, so like 6 to 8 weeks old. Wean them and I'd throw them in here right away, and I'd keep them in here for a couple weeks and feed them in here because they don't need a ton of food at that age. And when they're that small, I want to be able to keep an eye on them anyways. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to come out and feed them every day and stuff and make sure they're doing all right. And then also in this metal pen where they can't get out of, I'll string an electric fence across the middle of it and make sure each one of them piglets touches it, just so that they know it's electric fence, because we've done it before. We ran our pigs with electric fence before, and once just training them to, it's fairly simple. Once they touch it one time, they know that they don't want to touch it again. You just run that electric fence like right at their nose height, because their nose is fairly sensitive, and they touch it once, and after that they don't want to touch it again. So this would be for that. I'd train them for the electric fence, and then, you know, once they're graduated off the electric fence and they're getting big enough that this ain't a good idea no more to keep them in here, then I'll rotate them out to an electric fence, and then they'll have bigger paddocks that I can rotate them through with electric fence, and then I can have one center point where I can keep a big tote of water and a big feeder with grain and stuff in it too. So then I think once I have that center point, then I can just string electric fence off of it and move them kind of in a circle around that, so I wouldn't have to move my big bulk feed and water all the time. I would only have to move it like once a month or something like that, or maybe once every 2 weeks. It's all just going to depend on how it works and stuff like that, but that's my plan for now anyway. So this doesn't really have to support big pigs. It's just got to be able to support the baby ones until they're big enough and trained to the electric fence that I can set them out into grass and let them graze on grass and string out electric fences, and kind of trust that they're not going to get out. So they kind of know that this is home anyway. So that's my plan for right now. So I'm going to get to work on this water trough holder thing and see how it comes together. Okay, so this is what I got done today. I got my water trough thing built. I think I'm gonna have to add more rebar, you know, maybe 2 or 3 more, just because once this is filled with, it holds about 5 gallons of water, so once it's filled with water, it'll be a lot more heavier, obviously. So I'll have to add more rebar, I think, and then I don't know if I'm gonna have to add like strengthener, maybe just more rebar coming this way too, maybe just like 1 of them or 2 of them, just to kind of tie them all together so they're all 1 unit of strength rather than just individual. I don't know if that would really help anything or not, but now we're pretty much to the next step, being bringing the shelter part up here and figuring out how we're going to attach it to that end for them. And then I'll probably have to add 2 more posts. I got 2 more posts I'll probably have to add right next to the shelter, however we attach the shelter for these panels to tie into, to keep that corner tight where the shelter is going to meet this. Probably have to let them panels run by so there's not a corner there that they can get into and try to get out. Yeah, I think it's pretty much done for today anyway. It's Sunday, so don't like to work super hard on Sundays, but when there's stuff to be done, we gotta do stuff. So I just wanted to get a good jump on this because I know that the way time flies by, it's gonna be March before I know it, and I'm gonna be really late on figuring out what I'm gonna do with them. So I need to get this thing figured out and get it all ready for them for when they get here. So but yeah, I got a good jump on it. So next weekend I'll probably work on it a little more. It's supposed to be nice again next weekend. I'll probably get some footage Tuesday, and I'm gonna add it to this video. We'll be shipping calves and selling our calves on Tuesday down in Phillip, so I'll probably get some footage of that, and I'll throw that in this video too. Good morning, guys. It's Tuesday. Calves are shipped and they're in Phillip. We're just doing some chores quick and wrapping some things up this morning before we are gonna head down to Phillip and watch the sale, watch the calves sell. So Dad's just starting to feed. All we've got to feed now is the heifers and then this middle pen. So we're not giving the heifers any grain. We're just giving them hay, ground hay. But the middle pen we're gonna give a couple pails of grain to. But we've got one of our bulls, when we got the cows in and sorted off the heifers and weaned the heifers, one of our bulls was up with the cows, must have climbed the fence and got up there with the cows. So we need to get him back up there with the other bulls. So I'm gonna hook onto the horse trailer quick, and so instead of going through the headache of trying to trail him through the yard all the way up to the bulls, we're just gonna hook on the horse trailer, load him in the horse trailer quick, and I'll just drive up there and kick him off with the other bulls. So we're gonna do that quick. I got the horse trailer backed up to the chute. I'm gonna run over and grab a couple pails of grain quick for this middle pen while I'm waiting for Dad to finish feeding, and then we'll load this bull up and take him up with the other ones. Alright, we got all the chores and everything wrapped up. So I'm gonna go home and get ready to go to the sale. And then, so we're gonna head down to the sale and watch our calves sell. And then I will probably pick you guys up after the sale and let you know how it went. Hopefully it goes good. So yeah, I'll pick you guys up here in a little bit. Alright guys, well, we just got back from the sale. This calf sold all right. Wasn't bad. Kind of what we were expecting and hoping anyway. So didn't sell too bad. Definitely worth taking them down there today anyway. So we're pretty satisfied anyway. So now all we've got left to feed is the heifers and the cows obviously, and then the cows that are in the metal pen and stuff like that. So. But I think with that, that's just about gonna do it for this video. So thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you're new here, to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to like the videos. There's more. We got plenty of other videos to check out. They'll be popping up here in a second. But yeah, as always, we'll catch you in the next one.